The essentials before legs. Or just go and train legs, there's always that. I mean, when your Get Supplement company's rich regime becomes as complicated as a cult leader's relationship with the followers' wives, time to reconsider. Failing that, just dry scoop it before your Anavar. Another fight to pad your record, Jakey. Enhanced athlete, selling you supplements you don't need and making Tony's bank account huge. No, joking aside, these fellas mukbang their supplements before Smith machine squats. And that's what I call an example of strong men.
Strong men always ask great questions.
Jenny has a chest full of marbles. When she arranges the marbles in groups of 2, there is one left over. When she arranges the marbles in groups of 3, 5 and 6, there is also one left over. But when Jenny arranges the marbles in groups of 7, there are none left over. What is the fewest amount of marbles Jenny could have?
Weak men think that the more they talk, the more they'll be heard.
Oh.
But the man who asks the best questions is in control of the conversation. And one of the best ways to keep that conversation rolling is with the simple phrase, tell me more.
And in this week's Honesty and Integrity,
Natty or not.
How many more times would you like me to say it?
Tell me more.
When I come out and say I am natural, people don't believe me, and it sucks.
That was about as transparent as a Logan Paul crypto scheme. Dana Lynn Bailey, former Olympia champion and one of the most incredible physiques I've ever seen in a fitness competitor, beating multiple enhanced competitors to the title.
How many more times would you like me to say it?
And not only that, if you're all in, you're all in. She's now a role model of nattiness, apparently.
I talk so many girls out of doing drugs.
Ethical.
Getting jacked is much easier with drugs. Do the same thing over and over for 17 years, or it could take 6 months.
These arguments are as lazy as EasyJet staff. We have heard of cycling mates. Do the same thing over and over for 17 years and take PEDs to win an Olympia title and become a world famous fitness model during those 17 years.
Or do it my way. Be 40 years old and still look pretty damn good.
The two options are clearly 6 months on PEDs or 17 years natty. I think you may have glimpsed over a little bit in the middle. The arguments are dumb, the side effects are clear, literally from the minute she starts talking. Anyone who has an understanding of physiology will know that she's telling porky pies.
People do lie about it, and then when they're caught, it's like, oh!
I think I just found DB Cooper. She just hasn't got caught yet.
Now, honestly, Liver King's part of the problem. It's people like that.
But you were juicing years before anyone had even heard of the Liver Prince. You literally laid the golden path of fake nattiness for him.
How many more times would you like me to say it?
And now you're taking the self-righteous approach. Serious question, how do you all sleep at night? Me with a baby kicking me in my ribs? And so it's genuinely infuriating for me to still see her doing this. And she was so lazy focused on repeating her tale.
As long as you don't have emails like Liver King, you're good.
That she missed Kenny's savage one-liner.
You were part of the problem.
Me? This guy?
You don't believe me.
I think you're thinking of a different YouTuber.
But what's even more worrying, and I hate to see this, is the Sarms culture on TikTok. This fella, 21 years old, and so he made a Taking Sarms video recently, 500,000 views. And that's the thing, if you make a Sarms video on TikTok, it will blow up. He gets around 1,000 views a video, take Sarms, 500,000. And so I won't show the video, but he squirts it into his mouth, and it tastes as dodgy as a Logan Paul crypto scheme, twice in one video, consistency. And I just don't think it's worth it to mess around with research chemicals at such a young age. I understand it gives you an instant status on TikTok, but this culture of pounding Sarms and flexing on camera in your bedroom is a literal health and fitness tragedy. Basically, the TikTok algorithm is as broken as natural bodybuilding. 7 years natty progress, everything checks out. He's probably just got a really good pre-workout.
Me after 1 scoop of the same pre-workout watching him. Us after 2 scoops watching both of them.
Me after 4 scoops watching all of them of both.
Us after 1 scoop of wrecked Enraged watching them all.
When a gangbang of influencers are doing a pre-workout skit, you know it's got to be a good supplement. And so this is Wrecked Enraged pre-workout. Luckily Death Wish is sold out because of all the names. So here is the brief, screenshot that. I mean, the caffeine is good, but apart from that, there are stimulants with poor evidence, albeit in decent doses. Where I wrote be careful, no wonder they have Death Wish flavour. I just don't like this pre-workout at all based on the ingredients, but I'm confused because it clearly works if paid influencers are dancing around to it. Callie McMuscle has added a new product to the hyphy line, Wurk gum.
Best gum in the world. Ooh, here we go, baby. This is what you want, man. It has 50 mg of caffeine, each piece with nootropics in it. It make you just focus. Make sure you go to hyphylife.com. Y'all go get yours today.
Unbelievably, I kind of find this interesting. I mean, for people who want to chew gum and want some type of caffeine throughout their day, you know, I guess it's kind of an interesting avenue to explore. And so we have L-theanine, which works synergistically with caffeine to sort of decrease your jitters. And so L-theanine is in the evidence-based range just. Caffeine at 50 milligrams, not a crazy dose, quite a low dose really for a caffeine supplement. But be mindful if you are chewing many pieces of this each day, the cumulative amount of caffeine. It only has 2 main ingredients. Not even Chuck can mess this one up. And so like Assassin's Creed Valhalla Gold Edition, this product is not for me. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad product or wrong if it's something you're interested in. If you want to chew gum, if you want a bit of a caffeine fix throughout the day, I don't think one piece will have a great effect on you with just 50 milligrams caffeine. But someone who definitely doesn't need any more stimulation is Will Smith, who after that really disappointing episode, Wild Wild West, what were you thinking, has now turned to gym comedy to revitalize his career. I'd give him an Oscar for that. Well, I wouldn't. I'd rent out this bloke to give out the awards. But that skit was really funny. Probably. And so I've muted the awesome music and I'm going to read this to you in my annoying voice. When I tell people to do the full range of motion on every exercise and not cheat themselves, this is what I mean. I've had a great time going through my archives for the next step in my fitness crusade and I can't wait to share more. Link in my bio to learn more. Absolutely the most perfect form, technique and wisdom. Thanks for sharing this. You little fake Natty suck up you. Bet he was the kid that went up to the teacher after class and said, "Thank you for the lesson, teacher. I look forward to the next one," before proceeding to the changing rooms and pounding trend before double maths. And so here's some critique of Arnold's post. I'm your fan, I always will be. However, studying anatomy, every shoulder abduction in the frontal plane when reaching 30 degrees must be accompanied by a slight external rotation. This avoids the impact of the humeral turbicle on the roof of the acromion, pinching structures such as the tendon of the long head of the biceps and the supraspinatus. Avoiding this, we have a better joint health. That was way too logical for Instagram.
This is so inspiring. However, I'd need my physiotherapist on standby if I did that to my shoulders, lol.
That's better. And so this argument of range of motion, and in particular for specific exercises, is extremely interesting, especially when we think about the idea of longevity and joint health. As a rule of thumb, working in exercise through a larger range of motion is highly effective for muscle building. When you do that, you have the potential to activate more motor units. Motor units contain bundles of muscle fibers. I've talked about muscle fibers at length on this channel, and so using a good range of motion is a good idea. But as with everything, there is nuance to this concept, and assessing risk reward, especially when shoulder anatomy is concerned, is a valid debate. And as I enjoy doing now, I want to leave this one with the community so I can read through your ideas and we can develop our thoughts. In particular on exercises such as front raises, such as upright rows, for example, in relation to range of motion. Is Arnold right, wrong, somewhere in the middle? Let me know. I'm James Linker. This was this week's Why the Hell Did We Subscribe to This Guy? I'll see you soon.
How many more times would you like me to say it?